very important that you just relax and establish your practitioner fulcrum. So let's take a look at that again. Let's look at the concept of the spine and how we light that up, and we can perceive through the heart center. We can perceive through the navel area, the Tantien, or the third eye. I happen to like the heart center as a place to focus. And we're going to put our client in the supine position, and we're going to place her hands in the classic vault hold, sometimes called Sutherland's hold. So the index fingers, we like to talk about the trigger finger or the pointer finger. So this is the finger that you always think about and use for a particular vault hold or particular hold. And so we're going to use the index fingers, and they're going to touch the greater wings of the sphenoid. Your middle fingers are over the zygomatic process of the temporal bones, just a little bit anterior to the ears. Your ring fingers are on or over the mastoid process or mastoid portions of the temporal bone. That's just behind the ears. And your little fingers are over the squama of the occiput. Now remember, in any of these holds, your hands have got to be comfortable. Different head size, different hand sizes. The most important thing is comfort. You do not want your hands to be stretching and feeling tight, tension, nothing. Just relaxed in your practitioner fulcrum, and I just want you to wait. You're going to establish this concept of a neutral, and you're going to then negotiate your contact and extend a pretty wide field this time. So just kind of go on out to the horizon, just hold this huge field, and that may be whatever you perceive it to be. The ocean, if you're close to it, you can look at the horizon. If you're sitting out in the country, a vast field, or just even in the city, imagine a vast distance. Within this field, hold yourself and your patient client within the center of this. Don't narrow down. Don't focus on your hands. Now I want you to just listen. Just listen. And listen for what we call in this work flexion. Flexion will feel like a filling of the fluid in the system as it comes up the dural tube and the bones open like a flower. And the entire system feels like it's filling and expanding. And then it'll reach a point where it no longer fills and expands. It will turn slightly, wobble slightly, and then it will begin to empty and to narrow. Make sure that your hands are very, very light. The lighter, the better. One of my favorite expressions that I was taught, which opened my hands, was that my hands were on corks and they floated on water. So I had to be sensitive and open to the fluid below my hands. Or what would it feel like if you were one of those insects in the summertime that you see alighting on a pond? Totally aware of what's below it, but so light as to hardly disturb the fluid below it. So what I'd like for you to do for the next 15 or so minutes in your first lesson in palpation is just to sit there holding your practitioner fulcrum, holding this sense of a wide field, and allow the system to come to you. Don't go looking for it. Just be present. Watch your mind, bring it back to the practitioner fulcrum, and listen for this filling and expansion that we call flexion, and a narrowing and an emptying that we call extension.